Right then, this is a quick walk around video for an absolutely stunning Honda Civic Tourer. This is a 1.6 SR diesel, 2014 registered. The car's covered just 27,000 miles from you. It is lovely. Finished in silver, black leather interior. I apologise, it's windy today. It's come out of nowhere, but I've got to persist with the videos, unfortunately. Lights and lenses clear and intact. There's no cracks or condensation. Bonnet very clean indeed. Can't see any obvious stone chips. Must be one or two linings, but nothing jumps out. Near side, lovely and smooth in the panel work there. Inside front alloy, really good. That's one that generally takes all of the bashing. Inside rear alloy, lovely condition there. Always maintained at the rear 3/4 angles. I think that's one of the best looking estates out there. Better estate form than it is the hatchback form in my opinion, but there we go, it's only an opinion. Around the back again, generally very good, just a tiny little touch in done over the years on the entrance, but nothing to write home about. Offside, driver's side, again, beautifully smooth in the panels. Offside rear alloy is lovely. Panel work, really nice. Fine alloy, absolutely lovely. It really is a quite fabulous car. Coming to the back, absolutely enormous boot. Beautifully finished, in fantastic condition. It's coming to the back now. Lovely interior, absolutely fantastic in the car. Sort of silver grey leather. Coming on the front, very nice. Landing on the driver's side, door card nice and clean. Some of the footwell areas. Driver's seat for a 10-year-old car regardless of miles, in lovely condition there. Inside the car now, as always the engine's running, so the dash is illuminated. Stunning interior this is. Sat nav, as you can see, working exactly as it should. Pop the car into reverse, you can see the rear parking camera likewise, which complements the front and rear parking sensors. Just been kept absolutely beautifully, and that is the view you get as a driver of a Honda Civic. It is an absolutely stunning interior in this car, one of the best dash designs you'll see. Hopefully you can see there 27,343 miles recorded. This is a one-off. Finally, just to show you, owner's manual, pack and lock and wheel nut key, all here and present with the car. Right then, this is a quick road test video, and this is for a really wonderful car. This is a Honda Civic 1.6 SR diesel, and it's the Tourer, or estate in another language. The car's registered RE14RYR. What makes this car special, of course, is the mileage, just 27,336 recorded. The reason, by the way, that we do these videos, very simple, is to ensure that if anyone's looking at any of our cars, they actually get to see the very car we're advertising in operation. We've always felt it important, and simply because, like so many people, we've been to see cars which have looked absolutely fine in photographs or description, but when you actually get there and drive it and see it, it's got an issue which is obvious as soon as you drive down the road, and that can be hugely frustrating. We also do it on these very quiet country roads in this beautiful part of Gloucestershire, and this actually forms part of the road test route we take our customers on, and the hope is, of course, it'll be representative of what you'd feel yourself should you go on a test drive in the car. So coming to the car with such a low mileage, you could rightly expect it to be good, and it doesn't disappoint in any way. Twist the key, engine starts instantly and settles to a smooth, even idle. There are no warning lights on the dashboard at all relating to the engine or any other part of the car for that matter. Temperature gauge running at third, which is exactly where it's meant to be on a Honda vehicle as well. The engine is a gem. It's a really good diesel engine. It's got all the trademark qualities you expect of any Honda. So they, with good regular maintenance, will be strong, reliable over huge mileages. They've got cam chains. There's no cam belts to worry about. So no big service looming on the car. But more than that, it's just a lovely engine. It's smooth, powerful, quiet, refined, flexible, incredibly economical. It's just exactly why you buy a diesel, but it's got Honda quality in it as well. Engine then feeds through into the clutch and gearbox. Clutch on the car, absolutely perfect. Bite point exactly where it's meant to be. Gearbox, another superb Honda box. 6-speed manual. Like most modern cars, the gear lever here is actually joined to the gearbox underneath by cables, which has a lot of advantages to it. Unfortunately, the disadvantages are that some gearboxes can feel incredibly vague, lifeless, artificial. This is the opposite of all of those. It's done by an engineering company, so the gear change feels meaty, satisfying, precise. You can feel the gears mesh. It's beautifully done, really, really beautifully done. And it also, of course, with such low mileage, feels like absolutely new. It's just no wear in the linkage whatsoever. And coming on to the steering and chassis of the car, always loved the Civics of this generation and the one before for the way they feel. They've got a bit of character to them, and it starts with the steering. Again, the modern way is to have electric power steering, and this is no different in that sense. The difference is that, unlike so many which can feel again really detached, light and lifeless, this has a bit of meat to it. It's quick, it's accurate, and it works beautifully with the chassis of the car. It also, by the way, tracks absolutely dead straight. There's no vibrations at this speed or any speed up to the legal limit. But when you do go into corner, like the one ahead here, just carrying a bit more speed than normal, go in there, turn in, hardly turn the wheel at all. The car just flows the corner beautifully. Because basically, if you're going to buy the car, a lot of people will buy it just to get you from A to B, and they want it to be comfortable, and it is. It's very comfortable indeed. But there's still plenty of people like myself who love their driving, want to feel as though the car's going to give them something back, and it does that. It's just got an energy about it. Because it's one of the top spec cars, you do get the option with a little button down here to change your rear suspension setting. Currently I'm on normal mode. If I press the button there, I go into squidgy comfort mode, which is, I have to say, within modern roads where I tend to have left mine over the years. It definitely feels softer and it feels more comfortable. But you can, again, if you're carrying a bit extra weight, passengers in the back, press the button again, and you go to dynamic mode, and it firms up the rear suspension, and you can feel a discernible difference between the settings. It's not one of those where you kind of just sort of try and guess which one you're in. Worth pointing out, as we're going over the awful surfaces, like the surface of the moon, no rattles, clonks, anything from underneath the car. It's all in very, very good order. And then finally coming inside, it's literally just arrived. Ordinarily it'd be going off for a valet, which it will, but in all honesty, it's just been kept so nicely. It's lovely, lovely in here. I love this lighter leather interior. It adds a brightness to the inside of the car, which the black leathers don't give you, and is much nicer on sort of raging hot summer's days or the freezing cold ones. As you'd expect of any Honda interior, very well put together. But what I've always loved about this interior is this dashboard design, because in my eyes at least, it's not only interesting to look at, but it works absolutely brilliantly ergonomically. The most conventional part is the center stack here. So you've got sat nav, really simple and easy to use, one of the best systems you'll come across, certainly of its generation. Dual zone climate control system, which pumps out lovely cold air. Heated seats, again, all working perfectly. Every switch you press, prod, twist, poke, lean on, has that high quality damped feel that Honda give you. They're absolute masters at doing that. It just feels like a very high quality machine, which it obviously is. But my favourite part has always been this two-tier design directly in front of me, because it's just so clever, and it's so simple in the way it's clever. The upper deck gives you information you can look at most regularly, so you've got an information display pod up there. So I change things like radio station or fan speed, get smaller displays down here, but much bigger ones come up there. But the display that we should all be looking at most commonly, of course, is your speed, and there it is, digital, white on black, all by itself, which means I can look at the road ahead, look at, you know, cars, pedestrians, cyclists, whatever it happens to be, but I can keep my eye on my speed without taking my eyes off the road for a second. It is genius. And down below that, you've got a pod of 3 dials, rev counter in the middle, flanked either side by temperature and fuel gauges, and then you've got this lovely leather-bound steering wheel. It really is a fabulous car, this one. Such a low mileage, but timely reminder of just what a great estate car this is.